My wife doesn't want me to see her naked.
Hold up. Wait a minute. Something ain't right.
Dear Pastor, I am a 38-year-old man and I have become a Christian. I joined a particular church where I met a woman. We became close and went out a couple of times. I felt that she was the type of woman I could settle down with. She has one son, who is 20 years old. He gave me the cold shoulder at first, but then he came around. This guy asked me what my intention was towards his mother. I asked him what he meant, and he asked whether I intended to marry her. I told him yes. That was the end of our conversation. He is a university student, so he is always locked away in his room. His mother told me that he has a girlfriend, but she doesn't come there often. This is her house. She said her father helped her to purchase it. She is a strict Christian. Believe me, Pastor, she did not allow me to touch her before we got married. I asked her how I would know if she was a woman. She said I would have to take her word for it, and I know that she is a woman because she has a son. She said that as a Christian, I have to learn to control myself. We had a very private wedding. Her pastor is not a marriage officer, so he got someone else to conduct the wedding. Contrary to tradition, I did not have to wear a suit, but I bought her a ring. After we got married, we went to a restaurant, just 5 of us. Despite being married, on our wedding night, she wouldn't take off her clothes.
Stop the cap.
Shockingly, she asked me to switch off the lights. After I did, she asked me to turn my back and not to look at her.
That's suspicious. That's weird.
I thought, something must be wrong with this woman. But believe me, nothing was wrong with her. She prayed for me and herself and her son and for everybody she could remember. When she would not stop, I tried to remove her clothes, but she flashed me off and called me ungodly.
Look at my lips, you're ruining it. Ruining the fun for the...
She was so upset with me, but eventually I was able to have sex with her.
Yeah, boy.
After we slept, I tried to have sex with her again, but she called me a devil and told me she did not marry me because she wanted sex.
Oh no!
However, I told her that my main reason for marrying her was because I want sex. She is still hiding herself under sheets and not allowing me to see her private parts.
You don't find that suspicious?
How can I be her husband and not be able to look at her? She told me I am not her doctor.
Emotional, damn it!
I am not trying to examine this woman, but I want to know why she is hiding herself from me. This woman said that she didn't have sex for years after she had her child. She went into the church, and that was it. I can't live the type of life she wants me to live. She calls me a sex maniac. What am I doing wrong?
You're a victim.
I really want to know. SB.
Dear SB, from what you have written, I cannot say that you are doing anything that is wrong. On the other hand, this woman evidently has inhibitions that she has to get over.
Correct!
For years she has been living with her son and she covered up herself. She did not want her son to see too much of her body, and nothing is wrong with that. But now she is married and life has changed. So, she should know that there is nothing wrong in being in the nude with her husband. But I want to assure you that what she is doing is nothing new, unfortunately. Many women do not allow their husbands to see them naked. It may surprise you that there are men who do not allow their women to see them in the nude as well. However, I don't know anywhere in the Bible where a woman or man was told not to allow their spouse to see their nakedness. How can a married couple enjoy each other without seeing each other naked? That sounds crazy, but it happens all the time. Such persons need professional help. Therefore, I suggest that you ask this woman whether both of you can go to see a family counselor as early as possible. I hope she would agree. because by doing so she would save your marriage. Pastor.
Guys, this story is a crazy one, I have to admit. I always hear that men fear getting married because after women get the ring, many of them get complacent and neglect their husband's needs, especially in the bedroom. This goes against everything it means to be married. 1 Corinthians 7:3-5 speaks on this. And I always wonder why these women even wanted to get married in the first place, but it is usually every girl's dream to have a big wedding and showcase it to everyone they know. While many women do not understand what they are really getting themselves into, especially if they want their husband to be monogamous. I can understand a wife not giving it up to her husband for a night or three, especially if there is clear understanding between the couple, but sex-starving their husband should never be an option. Likewise, labeling their husband as a sex maniac. Women must understand that men are visual creatures and are stimulated by sight more than most women, and if they love their wife, they will always want her because many men express their love through physical touch.
He ain't lying.
So, it should not be a bother to give their husband what he wants once it is morally correct, because if their husband were to stop paying the bills, I am sure they would believe that their husband is neglecting his duties, and that need for financial stability and safety will make them prone to cheat. All in all, men need sex and women need financial security. So this husband has done nothing wrong, but his wife is acting immature, and her immaturity is slowly destroying her marriage even though it has just begun. She needs to address any issue preventing her from being vulnerable with her husband and let him have her without hiding herself from him. They are one flesh now, and nothing is wrong with her looking at herself and vice versa. Anyway guys, a lot of people added their thoughts on this one, so let's check out the comment section.
First comment comes from True. This would be too much for me, I couldn't manage. It's good to go through counseling before marriage, but in my case I don't buy puss in a bag, so unless she is a virgin, heck no. If this woman doesn't change, this marriage is over before it really starts. There are a lot of church maniacs out there, so people need to be careful.
He's out of line, but he's right.
Vernal replied to True, stop talking about you not buying puss in a bag. If someone is a genuine Christian, then they have to follow the teachings of Christ.
Correct!
My only problem is, now that the man put a ring on it, the wife knows in 1 Corinthians 7:3-5, a husband should satisfy his wife's needs. And a wife should satisfy her husband's needs. The wife's body does not belong only to her. The man is not helping by bluntly telling his wife that sex was the main reason for marriage. Arawak replied to Vernal, and this is the level of foolishness I can't deal with when it comes to a Christian. A woman that didn't make marriage a requirement before making children is acting funny now. Big man, if you're reading this, cut the marriage short and find a woman that isn't married to anybody's church. The man waited for her as requested, and now she's calling him devil for him respecting her wishes. You're 38, leave this nonsense and go deal with another woman. Next thing you'll hear, she says that he's a busing her.
Rubbish.
Can we talk too added? It sounds like this marriage is off to a rocky start if this man's wife has an aversion to letting her own husband see her body. Clearly, it would appear that there's something going on in her mind where perhaps she doesn't see, or otherwise perceive, that her nakedness is beautiful to behold. Speaking for myself, I'd like to say that people in general are bombarded with this perception of beauty and the perfect body. Not everyone has the Coca-Cola shape and hourglass figure. For a female, your boobs are what they are, your waistline is what it is, your backside may be flat like a pancake, or it could be quite rounded with plenty of meat at the back.
Nice.
It is what it is, but not everyone is comfortable with the perception of what body type they're indoctrinated with a supposedly having, as opposed to what they personally have, the reality. So, this man has never thought of sneaking a peek when she's having a shower, or otherwise bathing? He's never thought to turn the lights on when she's sleeping, or use the flashlight on his cell phone while she's fast asleep to have a look at what she's hiding from him. Did she have a C-section and she doesn't want to have him see the scar on her abdomen? Before throwing his hands up in despair, or venturing just yet to see a family counselor, this writer ought to employ some resourcefulness of his own, as he clearly knows she's a woman, but he for certain wants to behold her naked form. Changes commented, something is wrong. She has a 20-year-old son, for Christ's sakes. This woman is making a fool of him. true reply to changes, in my experience, the wilder they were in the world, is the holier they try to project themselves. Captain Sparrow also added, brother, annul this marriage and send the woman on her way. She's got too many issues and I don't see any counselor changing her ways.
Oh, brother.
Jam first said, man, time for you to run, that can't change, divorce her. Richie Rich dropped a gem, when are people going to realize that sex is God's idea? Capricorn January 19th joins in with, well, walk naked in her presence to see how she would react, and if she goes off, then it won't work. Maybe she just needs a little convincing that it's okay to be naked in your presence. RK added, in this day and age you still have men getting married to those kinds of women? Such women are red flags to sexual misery, so make sure you at least get premarital counseling before getting married so such expectations are clear to avoid such relationship frustration.
He ain't lying.
Maurice Melville also added, so sad to hear of your situation, sir. There are a lot of dead women, conscious and breathing but dead, out there marrying poor unfortunate men who have no idea what they are getting into, and after that your life is finished.
Oh no!
T, who joins the conversation with, sir, I think your wife is strange, very strange. For a grown woman who is married, yet her husband cannot see her nakedness. That's crazy. Worse, she has a son who is 20 years old. Give me a break. Having sex with your wife 10 or even 20 times a day as long as you can manage and she can manage. It should not be a problem. That's why I said she's strange. I don't think she loves you all the way. I wish you luck, man. Sweet added, just give her time to get comfortable with you in terms of intimacy. If you run her down, she's going to try to run farther than nearer. Be patient. Neither of you are teenagers. Everything takes time. Be patient. And you can definitely talk to family counselor. And the last comment comes from Jay Jones, I can't believe in this day and age women still, or won't accept the fact that men have a higher sex drive. Men are ready to have sex anytime, anywhere, while women tend to want sex less often and have to be in the mood. Getting married without tasting the forbidden fruit first is like jumping out of a plane without a parachute.
Boy, if you don't
With that we say, this is a sticky situation. I am really sorry for this husband, but like what Sweet said, perhaps she just needs some time because she might be insecure about her body. But still, she should have addressed this issue before she got married because there is more to it than just insecurities for her to call her husband a sex maniac. Nevertheless, I do not want to think the worst, but I believe her mindset can be changed, and if the husband is patient enough, perhaps there may be no need to divorce his wife. But guys, what are your thoughts on the situation? Do you believe that the husband did something wrong? Do you believe the wife is doing something wrong that is hurting her marriage? Share your thoughts below and subscribe to the channel for more interesting stories like this one. Like this video, so we can get it out to more people like you. And if you like this video, I am sure you will like this one. Wife had an affair with her cheating husband's brother. Anyway guys, thank you for watching. I'll catch you in the next one. Love.